So here's what you're going to learn in this training video. First, we'll discuss why you must be totally clear about the results you want in life, what they look like and feel like, and what stops many women from defining their goals and seeing their dreams become reality. Then we'll talk about why you must develop a results-focused and purpose-driven goal and how to concentrate on creating a plan of action that will take you from where you are now to where you want to be. And then finally, we're going to discuss why and how to get super specific about what you want so you don't end up attracting negative results into your life, something I know you definitely don't want to do. Okay, so I'd like to start with a great quote from Winston Churchill. However beautiful the strategy, you should occasionally look at the results. So let's talk about results now. Sometimes life can get so complicated that we convince ourselves that because we feel busy, that there must be a good result at the end of all this time, energy, money, and passion that we are putting in. We invest so much into things sometimes that it almost seems incomprehensible that the end result would be anything less than we imagined. It's like the process feels good to stay busy and the strategy might look great, but the question must always be, are you seeing the results you want after the time, energy, money, or passion that you invest into things? You see, there is a great deal that you invest into anything, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, or financially, each and every day. We invest time into relationships and work. We invest energy into people and ideas. We invest money into paying off debt and saving up for goals. And we invest passion into projects and our burning desires. But the thing is that most often we spend so much time in a state of busy without really thinking and reflecting about what we want in the first place. And I call this the glorification of busy. And let's face it, without knowing what you want, you cannot define what success will look or feel like to you and know once you actually reach it. Think about it. You need to be able to define what makes you happy every day, as well as define the goals that will give you something amazing to work towards and feel good during the process. It's a bit like wanting to win a running race without deciding where the finish line will actually be first. You see, you need to determine what the end result will look like to you. Otherwise, if you don't know where it is or what it looks like, you'll just end up running around and simply hope to find the finish line sooner or later, which is not really the best plan for your life. Because the thing is, running around might feel good for a while, but you don't want to get disillusioned and burn out in the process. You see, if you're not clear on what success looks and feels like to you and what you want to achieve in your life, how can you ever make a plan to really get there and then know when you've actually reached your goals? Most women set goals that are way too large and become disheartened and disappointed before they even come close to reaching the finish line. So, to focus, you must always start with the end in mind and determine what you actually want the outcome to look and feel like. The end result must be crystal clear, so clear that it's so easy really to explain to anyone you meet. So the first thing you must do is to just take a step back and see the big picture first to get crystal clear on what exactly you want to spend time, energy, money and passion on in the first place. Where do you want to narrow in and direct your undivided attention? And how can you create action steps that feel easy, less daunting, and help you develop the self-belief to pursue your dreams? By getting super specific from the very beginning, you'll find that you remove the indecision, you create more confidence within yourself, and set the core foundation for success by understanding the direction you want to go, so you won't be easily deterred, give up, or get distracted by shiny things that might tempt you later on down the track. So what actually is a result? Well, the definition of a result is the consequence of a particular action, operation, or course, an outcome. So let's discuss how to form a result with a clear sense of purpose and direction for your life. In neuro-linguistic programming, also known as NLP, a clear result is known as setting a well-defined outcome. It's about asking yourself, what do I want? By focusing on what you want, you can focus on creating the feelings and experiences that you want in your life, rather than expanding the problems and negative feelings and fear and doubt that you definitely don't want to encourage. Because otherwise, when you focus your energy on the problem, you simply expand the issue you wish to prevent more of. So just like in a marathon, it's important to understand how you want to feel when you reach the finish line, not the pain and struggle your mind and muscles might feel along the way. Because if you focus on the pain in life instead of how you want to feel when you reach your goal, it is almost inevitable that the pain will become a distraction in itself, take over, and cause you to give up on staying committed to your intention. If instead you focus on the finish line and how you wish to feel when you achieve your end result, the pain along the way becomes diluted. In fact, often the pain shifts into a sense of passion and purpose as you begin to actually strengthen your focus muscles and value the journey more because you know what it truly takes to achieve such a level of success. You begin to appreciate the training and commitment of other athletes, for example, so much more when you realize what it takes to run that hard for that amount of time. But it always feels rewarding in the end, doesn't it? And that's the payoff. Hours of training and personal growth, both physically and mentally, for an amazing feeling of achievement and satisfaction that no one can ever take away from you. It's the same with studying. Hours of studying and working hard to get the results you want so that you can graduate with top marks and pursue the career that you really want to get into. So take a moment to think about your life now. What does your finish line look like, and more importantly, how do you want to feel on your journey? Another way to look at it is a bit like driving a car. Would you seriously start driving your car without knowing where you're driving to? Probably not. Would you hail a taxi or catch a cab without knowing where you're wanting to go? Definitely not. Unless you have a clear destination in mind, you will inevitably keep driving around the roundabout and waste valuable time, energy, money, or passion, and simply get lost and have to spend even more time, energy, money, or passion getting back on track. Making sense? It's so important to understand that before you create any goal in your life, that you understand that if you have a sort of looks like this dream or goal, your plan will be a sort of looks like this plan. Unless you can clearly define the outcome you want, you will have a high chance of losing focus and getting distracted. And because the outcome itself isn't easily defined, you may never actually determine if you have reached your goal, which only leads you to feel confused and exhausted. I see this quite a bit with young women, particularly students, young entrepreneurs, and business owners and professionals. They will just get so excited about an idea that suddenly they just have to launch into it without really taking the time to think about why they are doing it in the first place. I see so many young women experience this over and over again, and they simply don't know why they have lost their passion for something that felt so great in the beginning, and they wonder why they are suddenly starting to experience feelings of being burnt out, drained, and totally exhausted. Well, this all comes from not having and setting a clear and specific outcome from the get-go. So that's what we're about to explore and help you with now. Neuro-linguistic programming goes beyond traditional goal setting and into desired outcomes by utilising the well-formed outcomes model. So our goal for you now is to refine the result you want by breaking it into a series of specific questions that can help you determine what the result will actually look like or feel like to you so that you can make sure that you achieve your goal. So what is a well-formed outcome? Well, a well-formed outcome requires your end result to be specific, to think about exactly what you want your life to look and feel like, and specifically the kind of energy you want to feel and experience each day. So to get super specific on what you want, you must first ask questions that start with who, what, where, when, and why. Now this seems so obvious, I know, but think about the last goal you set for yourself and if you actually addressed each of these key question areas. One of the easiest ways to begin to focus on creating a specific plan of action for your goal is to answer these questions. So you must determine who is involved in this goal of yours. Who needs to be part of seeing this goal become a reality? Is it a personal trainer, a classmate, mentor, work colleague, friend, family member, or business partner? Ask yourself what steps are involved and what resources will you need to see the result. What amount of money will you need? What amount of time will you need to invest each week? What stationery supplies might you need to buy? What gym equipment might you need to access, or computer skills might you need to develop? You must also think about where you plan on working towards this goal. What's the location of where this goal will take place? And will you need directions to help you get there? Ask questions like, how will you actually get from A to B? Do you need to commit to driving somewhere? What kind of environment or space do you need to create to help you achieve your goal? Another question you must ask is what? What do you want to accomplish? Is it losing 5 kilos, getting a top mark on your assignment, having the courage to ask that cute guy out at college on a date, or save enough money each week to buy a new car? Then you must ask when. When do you plan on achieving your goal? When is your personal deadline? What is a realistic time frame to get you from where you are now to where you want to be? It could be in 1 year from now you want to buy a new car, or in 6 months you might want to finish a photography course, or maybe in 1 week you want to finish that great book that's been sitting on your shelf. Then ask the question which. Which areas will be challenging and rewarding for you to reach your goal? Which parts of your goal will be more challenging and require a greater level of focus and commitment? And which parts will feel really rewarding and totally satisfying for you to accomplish? Look at where you might require more help with your assignment. Maybe you'll need to practice your presentation a few times in front of friends to calm your nerves before presenting in front of your classmates. Think about the rewarding areas that are going to be the most fun. Maybe it's thinking creatively or attending some cool events. Last but not least, you need to ask why this goal is so important for you to accomplish. Give yourself specific reasons as to why you want to accomplish this goal and what the benefits will be to you or to others. When setting any goal in your life, getting to the why is critical. Your why needs to deliver a purpose-driven reason into your life, so your mind will continue to connect your thoughts and see value in pursuing this course of action and not get distracted and lose focus on other things. There is a concept in problem solving called the 5 whys. It was developed by Sakichi Toyota and was originally used within Toyota Motors during the evolution of its now famous Toyota production system. The classic process is simple. It's about stating a problem and then asking the why question 5 times to get to the root cause of the problem. By asking why 5 times, you can essentially drill down and get to the heart of the matter instead of what may be the expected answer that you might normally otherwise receive. Now, a well-formed outcome also requires your end result to be measurable. When you measure your progress, you stay accountable to yourself and others and stay on track. You can reach your target dates sooner and experience the exhilaration of achievement that spurs you on to keep taking those little steps to achieve the big result you want. So you must ask yourself questions like, how much? How many? And how will you know when it is accomplished? What will the finish line look like to you? What will you see? What will you hear? And most importantly, how will you feel? A well-formed outcome also requires your end result to be achievable, because the last thing you want to do is to set yourself up for failure. But you also want to be mindful that your goal is not too easy, as this is when it becomes easier to procrastinate. When you identify goals that are really valuable to you and will add a great deal to the quality and context of your life, both your heart and mind can work in a passionately driven way to make your dreams become reality. So you must first ask questions like, what kind of attitude is going to help you stay committed to this goal? And what limiting beliefs or behaviours do you need to let go? What people can you surround yourself with to help support you and your goals? And what people may you need to spend less time with who may unknowingly limit your thinking and encourage feelings of self-doubt? What skills will you need to strengthen or obtain, and what things might you need to outsource or delegate to someone else? What opportunities might come from achieving this goal? What things may end as a result of achieving this goal? And what things may begin in your life as a result of achieving this goal? A well-formed outcome also requires your end result to be realistic. Now, it's important to realize that a goal can be both high and realistic. You are the one who can decide just how high your goal should be for you and how high you want to reach. But the interesting thing here is that sometimes a high goal is actually easier to reach than a low one, because a low goal exerts low motivational force. Some of the most challenging assignments or jobs that you've had to accomplish in your life so far might have actually seemed easy if they were a labour of love and passion. It's also important to ask questions and do your research to find out if anyone else has already achieved a similar goal to you, because you might be able to find out how long it took them. You might be able to look at what mistakes they've already made so you can save yourself valuable time, energy, money, or passion later down the track. Also think about what could you lose if you accomplish your goal, but also more importantly, what you could gain if you achieve your goal. And finally, a well-formed outcome requires your end result to be time-framed. A goal should be grounded within a specific time frame so that there is a sense of urgency. For example, if you start a marathon, how long is it going to take to complete? Have you set yourself a benchmark so you can keep track of where all your energy is going, or so that you can reach your personal best? So for example, if you're wanting to finish that assignment, when do you need to have your draft completed by? Some days simply won't cut it, but if you anchor it within a specific time frame, say in exactly 2 weeks from now, then you've set your unconscious mind into motion to begin writing that assignment already. Another example may be if you're wanting to lose 5 kilos. When do you want to lose the weight by? Saying some days simply won't work, but if you anchor it with a time frame, say by your 22nd birthday, then you've set your unconscious mind into motion to begin working on that goal. Or what if you're engaged to get married? When do you want to get married by? Again, someday definitely won't cut it, but if you anchor it within a time frame, let's say on May the 1st, then you've set your unconscious mind a real date to start planning your special day. So before we finish this module today, I just wanted to go back and talk a little bit more about misdirected focus. In Clarity class, we have found that this one thinking process alone can be enough to completely shift how students focus their time to see positive results in their life for all the hard work and study time that they put in. So I want you to think about which way your thoughts lean, backwards or forwards. Let's take a look now at where your thoughts and results lean in life and how to create a well-formed outcome that's positively driven so you can focus forward on what you do want rather than backward on what you definitely want to avoid. So ask yourself, is your focus misdirected onto debt, bills, and not enough of everything? If so, you need to redirect your focus onto ways to create more wealth and feel abundant in your life. Is your focus misdirected on distrust and disappointment with people? If so, you need to redirect your focus on ways to create more love, trust, and understanding in your life. Is your focus misdirected onto the misfortune and mistake you've made in the past? If so, you need to redirect your focus and think about what you can learn from these mistakes to create new opportunities and growth in the future. Is your focus misdirected onto stress and drama? If you constantly create or feel consumed by stress and drama in your life, you need to redirect your focus to start to have experiences and see life in such a way that creates more peace and harmony. Is your focus misdirected on constant negativity and complaining about things? If so, it's so important that you redirect your focus to start to create more positivity and create praise in your life. So instead of always looking for what you don't like about yourself and others, learn to embrace what you do like and be grateful for what you have. And the last example of misdirected focus is looking at distraction and noise, especially with the amount of technology we use every day. When you get frustrated by the distractions and noises all around you, particularly while trying to study or work, you tend to focus on those sounds and all distraction that's stopping you from concentrating. Instead though, it's important to begin to refocus on creating calm and clarity within yourself so you can project this feeling out onto the world. You'd be surprised at how these simple shifts in how you think really start to change where you focus and give you more results in your life. Okay, so the great news is that we've created an 8-part Diamond Life Pillars map for you to download right now that'll help you clearly identify what to focus on first. You can begin to use this focus map framework as a strong guide to determine what area of your life you want to focus on and pay more attention to. You're going to love this. Plus, you'll also download your Result Refinement Power Sheet to help you clearly articulate and get super specific about what results you want in your life, what you want them to look like, feel like, and sound like to you. Remember to be as specific as possible on what you want to see, not what you don't want to see, so you can create great goals for yourself. So, download your PDF now and instantly give your results more clarity and perspective so you can create real focus on reaching your goals sooner. And up next, one of my favorites, creating a heart statement.